Going on, guys? Welcome to Worms Forum, and today's video we're going to be talking about the Detroit Lions visiting the Atlanta Falcons, the aftermath of yesterday's game. The Lions falling to 2-12-1, and the Atlanta Falcons going up to 7-8. Big game for the Falcons. They needed to win. Well, they actually need to win outright the next 3 games. Yesterday was a big game for them. The Detroit Lions were trying to play spoilers. If they would have beat Atlanta wouldn't have a shot at the playoffs, but now Atlanta kind of has a shot. They need to win this one, then the next 2, get some help along the line, and possibly make a playoff berth. But the Atlanta Falcons did win this football game, and it was a close one, like I predicted in my preview. I think I predicted 20-17 for the Atlanta Falcons, and it turned out to be a 20-16 game. So probably one of my closest predictions on the year. Now, we had Tim Boyle starting. Lots of injuries going on for Detroit Lions. No excuses, but that's just the way it was. But let's talk about the scoring real quick. First quarter, Riley Patterson for the Detroit Lions hits a 26-yard field goal. Lions go up 3-0. Nothing really going on in the first quarter, kind of a little bit of a back and forth with some possessions. No really scoring, just 3-0 in the first quarter, Detroit Lions. Second quarter, Cordell Patterson with a nice rushing touchdown. It was just 6 yards, but he got the edge really fast, reached over with just his hand. The ball over the goal line. There's nothing spectacular, but it just shows how much of an athlete that Cordell Patterson is for Atlanta Falcons. And he's been kind of like the go-to guy in Atlanta. He didn't have a great day on the ground, but he did at least score. So that made it 7-3 for Atlanta. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown on a real nice touchdown pass, on a nice catch and run, going in and out of some guys, got right to the goal line. Ended up pushing himself in. It was a really nice play by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just a beautiful run and catch for about 20 yards from Tim Boyle to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that made it 10-7 Detroit Lions. And then Young-Ho Koo, the kicker from the Atlanta Falcons, kicked a 53-yarder. The kid's got a big leg. That made it 10-10 tie going into halftime. So we're all tied up. The third quarter came around. Young-Ho Koo again for the Falcons hit another big one for 48 yards. That made it 13-10 Atlanta Falcons. And then Riley Patterson hits a 37-yarder. That makes 13-13 tie. Then fourth quarter comes around. The Atlanta Falcons on a nice little drive, set up by Kyle Pitts by about a 19-20 yard strike from Matt Ryan. Set up a Hayden Hurst passing touchdown for about 12 yards. In the fourth quarter, that made it 13-20 for the Atlanta Falcons, and then Riley Patterson kicks a field goal to make it 26 yards to make it 16-20. Dan Campbell opting for the field goal at about 2:30 and change, or about 2:26, whatever it was. Got a little bit of criticism again for not going for it. He kicked the field goal. He wanted his defense was playing well this game. They ended up actually making a stop and forcing a fumble from Jalen Reeves. Maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit too. So then they had a chance to score. That made it 16-20 for the Falcons. Still the field goal. We come back down. We get the ball back. Jalen Reeves maybe hits the ball out. Dean Marlowe jumps on it. We still got about 2 minutes and 18 seconds, something along the line. We go on a nice little drive. We get all the way there. Tim Boyle throws a pick. Tim Boyle thinks that he saw a different coverage. I don't remember what he said in the presser. It was either he thought he saw zone, but it was actually man. I think that's what it was. Got confused, and that's going to come along with the territory of an inexperienced quarterback not really knowing what he's doing. I can't be really mad at Tim Boyle for this. For this loss, but on that interception that he threw to a really good linebacker, FALCONS. His first name is almost impossible for me to say, but he had a tremendous day. All he did was follow Tim Boyle's eyes, made a really nice pick, game-sealing interception. The game is over. Atlanta Falcons take the win, 16-20. But I'm going back to that inexperience. He was just an inexperienced quarterback. Jared Goff, I think, if played this game, I think we probably would have won this game. I don't think that's the first time I've ever said that all year. It took 16 weeks to say it, but I think that's the truth. The way that even Tim Boyle looked almost serviceable at times is what I'm trying to get at. His offense has changed dramatically. I don't think Tim Boyle is any kind of, I don't even know if he's a backup on this team. I probably don't want him next year. But he looked serviceable at times, but he did make some bad throws. He was inaccurate at times, and he made that one bad decision at the end of the game. And it cost them the game. Boom, they lost. Lions get 2 wins on the year, 2-12-1, whatever they are. And like I said, the Falcons go up to 7-8 with a chance at a playoffs, but need a lot of help. Now, notable stats. Lions, Boyle went 24 for 34, 187 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra with 1 pick, bad one at the end. Jack Fox, our punter, a fake punt. Dan Campbell, the gambler, going for it again. A nice 21-yard strike from Jack Fox to Kadero Hodge on a beautiful written-up play for a first down for Detroit. And then Jamal Williams back from COVID. He was 19 carries for 77 yards and a 4.1 yards per carry. And then Craig Reynolds had 11 carries for 21 yards at a 2.6. Couldn't really get going on the day. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown had 9 catches for 91 yards and 1 touchdown for 11 targets. He's having a tremendous rookie year. I think he is in company with Kelvin Johnson after this game for going 4 games, I believe, with 8 catches per game. That's great company to have. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just having a tremendous rookie season. I never thought that he was going to be this good, but he seems like he's the real deal. It doesn't seem like it's just a fluke. He's a really good wide receiver. He's such a smart kid with great hands. It's working out nice right there. And then Craig Reynolds and Khalif Raymond had 3 catches each. The whole wide receiving corps didn't really do much except for Amon-Ra. I think Josh Reynolds only had a couple catches. So the Falcons kind of shut them down there. And defensively, Jalen Reeves-Maybin had 8 tackles and a nice forced fumble at the end of that game. Melifonu had 5 tackles. Derek Barnes had 2 tackles and a sack. Nice to see him getting on board there. Austin Bryant with 2 tackles and a sack. He's got a few on the year too. Aleem McNeil with a tackle and a sack. And then Dean Marlowe with 3 tackles and a fumble recovery. With Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan went 18 for 24, 215 yards and a touchdown, sacked 3 times. He didn't do anything special, but he was finding Kyle Pitts all day. Rushing, the Falcons really didn't rush well. Mike Davis led the way with 7 carries for 28 yards and a 4 yards per clip. And then Cordell Patterson only had 14 yards on 7 carries, but he did have that touchdown, that short touchdown for 6 yards. Receiving, it was Kyle Pitts all day. He was six catches for 102 yards out of 17 yards per reception on 6 targets. So we caught all the balls thrown to him. And then Russell Gage, who I thought was going to have a better day, only had 4 catches for 39 yards. And he actually had a fumble loss too as well. Defensively, Olakon, that linebacker, like I told you to look out for this kid. He had 14 tackles and a game-stealing pick. He's an animal. And Deion Jones, the other linebacker that I liked a lot, had 10 tackles himself. And then safety Richie Grant had 6 tackles. And then quarterback A.J. Terrell had 6 tackles and a couple pass breakups. Like I said, Lions lose this game 16-20 on to Seattle next. Now, about the game, not too upset about it. You know, it's nice. It would have been nice to get the win. They had every opportunity to get this win. Tim Boyle getting the nod because Jared Goff was out because of COVID. We couldn't really get our run game going too much. Jamal Williams was running hard though at 4.1 yards per carry. Looked like he was out to prove something there. He was running very hard. That's a good sign for Jamal Williams. But other than that, nothing really going on. Our receiving core, nothing going on except for St. Brown again having a tremendous day. I think he won rookie. I think he's either in line to win Rookie of the Month, or he's already won it. But he has played phenomenal. So another big game for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then defensively, we played well. You know, we held Atlanta to 20 points. They're not a high-scoring offense, anyways. But we got some pressure on Ryan. We sacked him a few times. Boyle wasn't even sacked at all once. A couple pressures, especially at the end of that game, that pick that he did throw, it looked like it was Sewell that was getting beat a little bit of pressure on. Sewell kind of got pushed back into Tim Boyle, but Boyle never should have thrown that ball. It was he threw that pick on a first down. Throw it away. You had time. You got 4 downs to get in the end zone, and then, like I said, that comes from inexperience. So, but other than that, the O-line played really good pass protection. Couldn't create a lot of holes for our running backs, even though Jamal Williams did rush for 77 yards on 19 carries out of 4.1 yards, so that's not bad. Other than that, we just couldn't get in the end zone. We kicked a lot of field goals. Riley Patterson still hasn't missed since he's come over from the New England Patriots practice squad, which is a good sign. The kid out of Memphis. Looks like we might have found our kicker for next year. There's no need to go looking for a kicker. We have a guy that has a big leg. So, other than that, it was kind of a slow game. Nothing special. No big plays really. Kyle Pitts dominated our defense. Over 100 yards. Kid's having a tremendous rookie season at the tight end position. He was tough to cover. Nobody could really cover him. Saw a few different guys on him. Nobody really had an answer for him. And Matt Ryan was looking for him. I thought they're going to throw more to him. He only had 6 catches. I thought he would have, the way he was catching everything, I thought maybe he deserved about 10 plus targets. Just couldn't stop him. And like I said, our defense stopped their running game, just couldn't stop Kyle Pitts. And then our offense just couldn't get going, couldn't get in the end zone, only got in there once. Got down to enough where we could score some points by kicking field goals, but you don't win football games by kicking field goals. And having an inexperienced quarterback, that hurt. Probably if we would have had Jared Goff in this game, we would have won that game, like I said. So not a whole bunch to talk about in this game. Dan Campbell went for it a couple times again, doing a fake punt, went for it. I think he's 50% on the year for 4th downs. So he's getting a little bit of criticism for that late field goal. People wanted him to go for it instead of kicking the field goal, but he wanted his defense out there because he felt that his defense was playing well enough, and he made the right decision because they got the ball back. They got the ball back almost right away. Jalen Reeves-Maybin with a really nice punch out on Russell Gage, and Dean Marlowe jumping on the ball. So it was another good decision by Dan Campbell, and we haven't been able to say that a lot this year, but you can't really fault him for that because we did get the ball back. But just Tim Boyle couldn't capitalize, couldn't get it in the end zone. So it was just a tough game, guys. Can't be too mad about it. Right now we're holding at number 2 spot. Houston ended up winning again. So they've won a couple, I think 2 in a row, or the last 2 out of 3. I forget. Now, we're the number 2 spot. Jacksonville's still number 1. Don't know what's going on in the draft just yet, but it doesn't look like we're going to fall too far. We're on to Seattle next. I don't really see us beating Seattle, but it's another winnable game. It's very much a winnable game, and then we'll see what happens with Green Bay. If Green Bay is going to be resting guys, or if they're still going to be fighting for home field advantage, and then they won't be able to rest guys. But they pretty much have a lock on that NFC right now, but I think Dallas is right behind them, so they might not be resting guys. So on to Seattle, last road game of the year, then we come back home against Green Bay. But that's the game, guys. It was a little bit of an ugly one. I kind of expected it. Didn't really expect a bunch of points scored, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it's going right now for the Detroit Lions. Some ugly wins, ugly losses, a lot of ugly losses, more ugly losses than wins. We only got 2 on the year, the win department, but that's just the way it is right now, guys. So we'll be focusing on the Seattle Seahawks next. But that's the video, guys. Thanks for the video. Thanks for paying attention. Don't forget to hit the bottom screen for the subscribe button for all my videos. Hit the notification bell, and then don't forget to like and comment. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks coming out next. Boom. Let's go.